other thing you can do is go into where the hell is it?
Is the resolution going to change? Quality?
Well, no, you're already, if you're on fastest, that's it. There's a place to set frames per second, and I'm just trying to remember where it is. I think, yeah, in miscellaneous at the bottom, there's a frame rate, and you can pop it up. I just set mine at 15.
Oh, mine's at 60.
Yeah, that should help too. I don't know. Fast and 15 work great for me. I mean that they just always look smoother than Second Life, but I think that's just because that's the nature of the game engine. So anyway, I guess we're still gathering.
Yeah, we've got 3 minutes. Where's my Discord?
Now you're on a laptop, you said, and my laptop has 2 GPUs. It has a built-in Intel and it has the NVIDIA because I paid to have an NVIDIA. But does yours only show 1 GPU?
No, I think I have 2.
So like my Intel is like 25%, my NVIDIA is 25%. It's kind of splitting the load. Anyway, I know you do this a lot, so maybe sometime compare notes about that. But laptop that have dual GPUs cause problems in 3D Web Worlds because 3D Web Worlds uses Chrome, and Chrome won't recognize the NVIDIA. It'll only recognize Intel, but Sinespace recognizes both. But I digress.
Okay.
Huh. I have an NVIDIA and I've never had problems in 3D Web Worlds.
Interesting. Are you on a laptop, Val, or a desktop?
No, desktop.
Then your desktop has a dedicated one kind of GPU. And so that Chrome has to use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
My laptop is a Mac, but I have a desktop PC. It's that bi-platform thing.
I know. I used to see Day every week there in 3D Web World last year.
Yeah, Day was there a lot. Yeah. It has a lot of great content there. Student builds, like a moon landing base and all kinds of stuff. Oh, good. Is George gonna? Is he gonna get on the Discord? Hopefully, he'll get on the Discord channel. He knows that we. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Val, I pinged Galen saying we were here, but she's probably AFK.
Yeah. She was over at that beach party where somebody teleported me over when I first came in, and I didn't realize who was who. But I think Galen was there, so I am her.
Oh, Pat is here.
All right.
Oh. Hey.
I just saw. No. Remember last time we came here? And it's funny. It feels like we were just here, but it turns out the last time we were here was something like January or February.
Yeah, 6 months ago.
Okay.
You're on the latest viewer, right, Bethany? Click the 3 light. Good. Good. They've made a lot of progress even since January. Not just in terms of viewer stability, which is why I keep emphasizing have to use the release viewer, but even simple things like putting that teleportal back there in the center of the Welcome Center. We did the Glacier National Park tour in March, and Day was there, and Val was there, and that went very smoothly. We used Discord for voice, of course, because it was Virtual Pioneers. But oh, by the way, Marie, I've asked. Do you know Spiff Whitfield in Second Life?
Yes, I know. He got in touch with me on
Good.
On LinkedIn.
I've been nagging him for 4 months to do that, and also to get in touch with Bethany because he's trying to use that other virtual world that you use, Bethany, the the other web world. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I did a VR panel this week, but it was a paid one, so I didn't. Nobody wanted to go because it's $79. Anyway, it was for ALA, and everybody there, the guys, the young iSchool guys, were all into Mozilla Hubs. They just love it. So I guess it's really a happening place.
Yeah, um, I did a talk this week for the OLC conference. And basically, what I did was I talked about last year. I did a presentation for them, and I told them about the class before I actually gave the class. Before I was, I taught the class, and then so I talked about how I had planned it out and everything. So this year, it was on results. And I took them to see the student work museum, and as a result of that, I had 5 new people ask me to join our club.
Oh, they asked at the panel that I was on this week too. When I told them about it, they're like, "How can we join the VR Exploders?" So I told them to contact me later because I didn't know, if we have to limit at some point someday.
All right, forget VR. That never works. Yeah, no. For some reason, Sinespace in VR just hasn't. It just never works.
Really?
Okay.
Well,
Just
no, that we've discussed that several times. Even
Yeah,
Adam.
we have.
No,
We have.
I mean, I'm talking about the science. So I go to 2 science-based meetings a week. One is called Community Hour, and the other is called Office Hour. Blah blah blah. But there are about 160 active staff and residents on the main grid, and so that's the population. Now, in the private or white label grids, which called Break Room, which Sine Entertainment has somewhere between 5 and I don't know, 5 and 10 or 5 and 50. I honest to God don't know. They keep that private, but they are doing business. They're making money on their private version of Sinespace, but the viewers are identical, and the only difference is it's a separate server for the clients. Anyway, Adam Frisbee comes about once a month, the tech head, and he loves Quest headsets. He's bought 5 of them for family. But every time we bring it up, it is not a priority for Sinespace Grid because I asked him how many of your white label clients are using headsets, and the answer is like maybe one in five, and
that's a
and
real shame because Sinespace had one of the best VR clients when I got my Rift. I tried them all, and Sinespace was the clear winner in terms of functionality, in terms of support. Second Life sucked. Some of the others I tried just, I came in here, I got clickables, I got draggables, pick up stuff. Josh was amazing in helping me with virtual reality. I started to do some with for science.
I
It's a
kind
shame
of
it's all this side.
well, the ones I know of that are mentioned in Wikipedia are the United States Department of Defense, which has been the longest private client of Sinespace.
Oh wow.
Something like 2 to 5 years. I don't know. And they spend money hand over fist for it, whatever they do it for. I know because it was posted on social media by Rowan Freeman, the CEO of Sinewave Entertainment, Deutsches Bank. So I think a lot of them are European companies, and that's about it. They don't. I know we've been requesting that the head of their marketing come and visit us at one of these monthly. They usually get a high up person to come in once a month and visit, and then the other 3 times a month are projects and tutorials and whatnot. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a Verbella. I saw your picture in Verbella, Bethany, the other on your post this week.
Is that the one that Pat did a talk for?
Yes, that's the one.
And did you see actual like fireworks and stuff?
No, they're on the beach.
Maria, I've got about 8:10. We're still waiting for people. Let me know when you want me to get started.
I think we can probably go. Did we verify that we can get 8 people in there at a time
No,
or more?
try it.
10 maybe?
I think I can check that. Sinespace.
10. Someone's coming.
Hey, Pat.
Hi.
Blackout is unless no, right.
Well, what I can do is give you the background story of the Europa Sim, and it is self-paced. It's a quest-based sim. So, if we all can't get in there, Marie suggested we split up into groups and try other sims. But like I said, you just go in there. You'll see an astronaut when you arrive, and you just click on him, and he tells you what the quest is, and you basically just run through it. All right. 10 is the
And
limit. We have
I think we
10.
can get in there. Then I think we
yeah,
can get in
Oh,
there.
okay.
So
All
do you
right.
guys know how to hit you go to explore
at the bottom, yep.
and then copy and paste what I just put into the welcome center chat and you should find it.
You mean yeah. So click
Oh, wait.
explore, and then at the top of the explore window, there's a search area.
I guess you can't copy and paste it, but it's FCH whatever.
Space, blank space, blank
Space
colony.
colony.
All right.
Okay, we'll meet
All right.
there.
See y'all there.
Please
Wait, I
post
can do it in Discord too. Hold
Oh,
on.
good. That would help.
It's not final.
FCHS.
I'll put it in general. I think, right? In where's that's voice channel? General.
Yeah, up above. Yeah, up above.
So once you get there, if you friended the person, you can invite them directly. So Val's on the way, Day is on the way, I'm on the way,
I'm on the way.
and who's
Oh. FCH.
Rory 600? Okay, I'm seeing people arriving.
You can get a spacesuit. I forget where I got this.
No,
No.
but it may look like some other place like VR chat or Rec Room.
There is another place that I was going to suggest we go see that it's similar to this, but if we weren't all going to get in here,
I think we'll make it, though.
I think we will make it.
I feel like I'm.
Yeah, thanks. I had no idea what I was doing when I was making my avatar, so.
Aren't you cold? It's a little cold.
I mean, it's really hot where I am now, so.
Yeah, I think your nipples are hard there, George.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, we still
I
waiting
got
for
it.
people to get here. So I
I-
thought
I'm
we were
coming.
Yeah, a couple more people need to get here.
All right, wait.
We have 5 people here so far. I'm hearing something noise.
I wonder what that. Oh, that maybe that's.
Space noise. Yeah, maybe
Okay now?
Pat is here. Maybe there's a sound effect. Because
Yep,
you
it's
hear.
ball cut. It's ball cut. His mic is spamming.
Wait a
All right,
minute.
everybody see the message I typed into the chat for FCHS Space Colony.
Yes.
Good. All right, let me know if you want to take advantage of that.
We got to click the astronaut. Start our quest.
Yeah, well, I'm just waiting for everybody to show up, and then I'll tell you the backstory of this before you start the quest.
Okay.
Is anybody else still trying to get here?
B. Bruce. Did Bruce get here?
Yes, I just arrived.
Okay.
Yeah, when everybody gather around the astronaut, I have a short presentation to make, and then you guys can do the quest.
Okay,
And
where do you
want.
want us to gather?
Right around the astronaut where we are. Right?
The astronaut with the exclamation point.
Yes,
Thank
that's
you.
the starting point. That's right. All right. So basically, some of you may or may not know, I ran the Franklin County High School Computer Club. We started back in 2012. We started off very low key, didn't have a constitution, just a bunch of kids, and I got together to talk about technology. And we decided very quickly that we were going to use Unity as our platform of choice. And students started to learn how to use it. We put books in the library. Some of the kids got really good. And then what happened one day, the principal said there are a number of tech competitions emerging. Anybody want to compete? So we grabbed them and we started winning. Within the first few years of our existence, we won 2 best of high school awards for best software at the high school level through Vistes and presented at their annual conference. We won 2 congressional app STEM competitions. In other words, we were getting famous really fast, and all of a sudden, the whole county knew about us. We were on news, TV news, we were in the newspaper. All right, so after a while, we got bored winning competitions, and what happened was several of us threw out the idea of let's make a space colony, and we were at a meeting, and so only one student really picked up the gauntlet, and her name was Bailey Paxton, and she spent a year making this on her own. She would come in whenever she could to work on it, not only during club time, but I even talked to some of her teachers. If she got her work done, the teacher would let her come to my room and work on this. And she got quite good at Unity, and then also with Sinespace. After the sim was created, there was a lot of requests for demonstrations of this. So, for example, the museum at the center in the square in Roanoke requested they had a space day, so we set up a table and brought this. That student, Bailey Paxton, went on to, after she was done, graduated from the high school, she went on to NASA's premier online program and worked with NASA engineers. And then she went on to Radford University and entered the engineering program there. So this sim was a catapult really to get her into some really amazing programs. And that's what I'm really proud of. And if you were some of you were at the Virtual Pioneers meeting that was last Sunday. We had the kickoff meeting. And one of the things that I threw out at that meeting was the importance of what we do for current educational system, which is COVID. The last time I checked, there were like 2,000 schools that were going virtual. That's hundreds of thousands of students that are learning online. And I get it. I was still working last year where basically in the fall of 2020, schools were just trying to get acclimated to the idea of virtual teaching. So we did a lot of Zoom, we did a lot of Canvas, we set up a bare skeleton of getting our classes online. I get all that. What I don't get is why we don't go beyond that basic skeleton of Zoom and Canvas and the bare minimums. You are seeing what is possible. with a high school student, and this was all done pre-COVID. I do not understand why our current educational leadership is not looking at other things for students to do online. And yes, I get it. Unity is not an easy program to master. I will tell you, having just finished the VR class that Unity offered, they are doing everything in their power to get into schools. There are tons of tutorials out there. There are books that are out there. They're putting together packages to make it easier for students and teachers to get in and fire and get started. And even if you say, hey, Unity isn't my thing, and I know not everybody wants to code Unity and then upload it to a Sinespace server and blah, 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 blah. There are other alternatives. There's Minecraft. There's 3D web worlds. There are so many other alternatives out there. And what bothers me is my last year when I was working at the high school, none of them were being explored. None of them. There were no budgets that were being set up for having students work in Minecraft or Sinespace or any of that. All I heard was, yeah, let's keep working in Canvas and Zoom. And it bothers me, one, because we've got so many students that are learning online. They should have a quality online experience. And the second thing is, this is the 21st century. When I hear students, oh, they can't work online as a student, well, the third thing I'm going to tell you is, well, I hope you're going to be unemployed because most of the jobs of the future are going to be online in one way or another. When I started teaching, everything was done with calculators, Scantron forms, so we upload our grades. Not anymore. Uh, my last year, if I could get it, if I wanted a substitute, I had to go online. Okay, if I wanted to check my recertification, be a teacher online. Everything was moving online. If you couldn't handle technology, I don't see how you're going to be working either in face to face, or there's a lot of jobs that are, where you're creating something, whether it's music or 3D objects, code, whatever. More and more, it's this freelance market that's going on. Um, so anyway, that's my soapbox pitch on where I think we should be going. Like I said, for this particular sim, you'll see a number of labs around the sim. You'll see a vehicle to my right, and if you click on that, you can drive it around the sim, which is a lot of fun. You go in there. There's also a quest that Bailey put together. If you click on the astronaut, you'll see some text appear. It's been a while since I did it, but there's a number of quests that you have to do, like you've got to pick up ice samples, as I recall, and rock samples. There's other lab buildings as well. We didn't get around to getting the doors to work, but I believe they're phantom. So in other words, you should be able to pass right through the doors and go inside. Um, Subsequent to the construction of this, I learned that if you use Lua, it's relatively easy to script the door to open when you click on it, rather than using. I know when I talked to David Fleeson, he said you had to use animation active controllers, which I never figured out, even though he tried to explain it to me several times. To me, Lua scripting is the best way of controlling stuff like that. Does anybody have any questions for me about the particular sim or about the Unity Club or anything we did?
What is your student doing these days?
Um, just found out she is pregnant and married and moving on with her life. So I haven't got many other ideas, but I know she started a family.
I just wondered if she's working somewhere or taking.
Haven't heard. I haven't heard from her in months.
Oh, okay.
I think she said she was switching jobs. Uh, it would have been a couple of years ago, so I want to say maybe 2015, 2016, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Well, what's really sad is this new one of the projects that I'm working on at CSU is a simulation for training vet students on how to use equipment, and they desperately need someone who can do VR development and Unity, and they can't find anybody in town. So
No.
I convinced him to let me advertise it outside of Colorado. And then now I think we're starting to get, some people who are interested, but it's a huge problem. And they, teaching even at the college level. So at the college level, they figure that if you're going to learn Unity, you're going to learn it by yourself. It's not something that they're going to teach. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what is the happy medium here, right? The best thing is to have the high school kids come into college and already know how to do it.
Interestingly enough, Sinewave Entertainment has a huge development staff that use Unity, and they are all Chinese and operate out of the Shanghai office.
Oh, jeez.
They only hire
And
the technical lead is U.S. East Coast, and then the two of the technical first line supports are both in the UK. I mean, and Sinewave has locations in the US and in the UK and in Shanghai and Australia, which is where Adam Frisbee went to live. So they hire, but they're kind of, maybe it's because it's cheaper, I don't know, in Shanghai, or maybe it's because there's more Unity programs, I don't know. But it is my hot button that I firmly support what you guys are saying, which I feel is for folks in their 20 somethings who would like to have a career in the metaverse, or whatever it's going to be called, VR, MR, XR, AR, metaverse. The two skill areas they need are art and computer.
Yep. Yeah, and it's
Marie,
interesting. Go ahead.
for CSU, are they looking for candidates that are already certified by Unity in VR?
No, they're just looking for anybody that can who knows how to use Unity and also 3D modeling, right?
Oh, I'll move there tomorrow. I'm just kidding.
So because it's what's funny is that the people that I'm working with are from the art department. Those are the people who generated the who made the model of this. It's basically it's a machine that all veterinarians use when they hook up an animal to monitor their heart rate and some other kinds of stuff. And it's art students that made it. So it's funny, there's very few computer science students that know how to use Unity, and the computer science department itself doesn't offer a class in how to create, VR, XR, AR things. So it's yep.
I mean, the thing about VR is that Unity, I don't know how many of you realize it, but Unity has made a major change in their VR program, starting with, I would say, Unity 2019.4 and later. All right, prior to 2019.3 and earlier, VR was easy if you used an Oculus headset. If you had a Rift or a Quest, it was easy. Right out of the box, you could create in Unity using their standard assets. You go into player settings, you click VR support, and boom. If it is a headset that is linked by a cable into a PC, creating in VR is a piece of cake. I taught high school students for a year or two, and we were shocked at how easy it was. Right. Then in 2019 with Unity 2019.4, they switched to a new VR rig. And all of a sudden, that native support for Unity vanished. All right. The input manager, which was central for making VR programs and builds were easy, was gone. Instead, you had to go through this complex click here, enable this, blah, blah, blah. First time I saw it, I said, this is crazy. But what Unity did in the last class that I taught said, look, if you don't want to go through all that, here is a project. It's a package. You just download into Unity and it will get you started. All right. And the advantage to, and I never recommend anybody start with in VR with a version later than 2019.3. It's better get started with the older version, get your feet wet, and then go to the new version, right? Because there's more power. It's a power tool, right? You can take more control of your controller, buttons, for example, through what's called bindings. You can, within the new VR setting within Unity, you can pick up objects easier. You can interact with them with ray trace graphics a lot easier. So it's a real power tool. But like I said, you got to know what you're doing. And that's why I was talking with David Fleece. Do not start with the new version. Start with an older version. Start with 2017. We have mono develop, which is easy scripting. And the other thing I was told, if you really want to get good, the certification for Unity VR starts with a Unity programmer certificate. And that is tough to get. You better know C# well, or you're not going to get that one, which means you're not going to get the certificate from Unity for VR.
So building on what Day is saying, I just pasted a link in Discord chat. Verbella, which is, heads and tails beyond Sinespace at this point for the teaming and conferencing environment. Witness, Beth being at it. I met Beth at a Verbella conference. I think the first time I went to the Exploders Club was at a Verbella conference. And a year and a half later, Beth is at another, and Pat are at Verbella conferences. That said, Verbella is based on Unity. And if you read that article, they'll talk about we use Unity and the blah, blah, blah SDK, which is the software development kit. Well, Sinespace uses Unity and the blah, blah, blah software development kit, which happens to be the Sinespace software development kit. So Unity is a worldwide standard, and as Day is saying, you can get training in it and get certification in it and so forth. I don't think that's the issue. By the way, so is that other game engine, Unreal or 4D. George knows what
Unreal
Thank
Engine,
you.
yeah.
So there are two of them. What I think is missing is the universities and colleges pushing it. Whether it's the computer science department or the art, if it's the art department, God bless them, let them do it because, Dublin, Technological University Dublin's art curricula have been in Second Life for 10 years, learning stuff. Building with mesh and 3D models, that's art. That's modeling, whatever you call it. So somebody can steal a march, I think, in training what I like to call the 20-somethings. They realize they go all the way up to 30-something. And Unity and Unreal are worldwide standards. And, Unity was having a little bit of problem because they weren't, kind of being totally responsible and supportive. And we had a big session with Adam Frisbee and one of his other colleagues on that. And they have kind of seen the light about becoming stable. And I respectfully disagree with you, Day. What Sine Wave Entertainment staff are saying is start with 2019 because that's where they're going. And then we looked it up, and Unity announced, if you can believe it, there will discontinue support for anything older than 20, blah, 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 in a year and a half. But there,
right. I'm going to be honest, sidearm. Have you taught Unity or VR? I have at the high school level. I'm letting you know from a developer point of view, you are asking for trouble if you start with any version of Unity in VR later than 2019.3. Unity is
I'm
hard
agreeing
enough.
with you. I'm agreeing
All
with
right,
you.
and yes, should you get up to 2019 point, well, Sinespace now supports 2020.3. Absolutely agree.
No,
You
they
should
don't.
get to those.
No, they don't.
David
It's not
Fleece
in the
said they
release.
did.
It's in development. It's not
Oh,
in
it's in development?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
David Fleece told me it was ready.
Yeah, that's
the most stable version of Unity right now is 2019 because VRChat recently
Right,
switched
even-
to 2019 as well.
there you go.
Like
Yeah.
like 2020 onward right now is kind of a mess in terms of development.
You got to, guys, understand my point of view is I'm not on the developer side. I'm on the poor end user consumer side, which which is a stable release viewer. I don't care what the bells and whistles are. It's almost a joke. Um, but now if anyway, that's a whole side story. The point is, if I'm going to encourage 20, 30 somethings to learn Unity, they need a place to upload their work, and they need Sinespace, and that's the only, or I don't know where else they could load it unless it's on some private server. But what fun is that? The paid work is going to be in places like Sinespace, not in Verbella, because you have to be on Verbella staff to be allowed to
That's right.
upload there.
You want to
But
create, you got to be here.
yeah, and where Sinespace is going is what George just said. The early 2019, they've got it handled, and they are in active conversation all the time with Unity, who, like I said earlier, has kind of seen the light. Anyway, I look at it from the point of view what's stable and in release that a 2030 something could get geared up and produce and start marketing immediately, like get hired by CSU art department. Over.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I just finished a course with Unity on VR. They weren't talking multiplayer. They didn't even bring up Sinespace. The whole course was designed for single player development in the latest version of Unity.
Yeah.
And, we don't need to argue about this. I mean, Sinespace supports 2017, 2018. You can get started with VR development in Sinespace with the older versions. It's an easier way to learn, and then migrate once you get good at Sinespace and Unity and VR to the latest version. I'm talking about it from an educational point of view. The other thing I'll bring up
about a commercial point of view.
hold on. Let me finish one other thing I'm saying, please. All right, and then I'll say I'm done, and you can jump in. From an educational point of view, they had somebody from MIT. He did not talk about practical parts of how do you code a VR experience or how do you use a clickable, whatever. They talk philosophically. He talks about, basically about, in general, how the HUD works and so on. And for a student that really wants to get their hands dirty, the guy from MIT, I'm sorry, really wasn't much help. I hope CSU is going to give more guidance that way. Okay, I'm done. Go ahead, Sidon. What did you want to say?
No, I mean, we're kind of both speculating in the wind.
About what? I'm not
So do you guys?
speculating about anything. I'm talking about the current existence of the software and what I heard from Unity in their training program a couple of weeks ago.
So should we maybe try the quest or move around?
Sure, go ahead.
Check some things out. Do you guys want to did anybody grab the quest?
Yeah, just click on it and get started. It's been a while since I did it, so it might be a little while to explain some of these answers.
Astronaut Lexi, is that the one we're going to do?
Yeah.
Is that a quiz or is that quest? Welcome to Europa. Please click on me again to test your knowledge. Okay, where's the quest?
What gas is in Europa's atmosphere is what I see.
Oh, here it is. Click on the astronaut to explore the colony and begin the space quest. So,
Fine.
I don't want to click on. It's not Miami-Dade, the astronaut. Where's the
astronaut is right here where I'm standing.
One with the exclamation.
Yeah,
point.
that one. Yeah, exclamation part. So we click on it, and then we'll start the quest. Clickable.
So, quick
Welcome
question.
to Europa.
Where are the rock samples?
They should appear here. Yeah, these are the rock samples. And I think you've got
it's 5. We got to get 5 of them. You know, one thing that changed in Sinespace is you can't run anymore. Wait, somebody's running. How are you running? How are you running?
Shift.
George.
Ninja, how's he?
Shift? Oh, you're right. You're right. But the rocks disappeared.
Oh yeah, now we can run. How do we get a rock?
The rocks are gone.
Oh, okay.
So he
But
won.
we can run. Okay. Well, good way to go, George. I knew you'd be ahead of us. But we can run now. Okay.
You don't have to go on quest. Feel free if you just want to run around and try driving the
Yeah,
vehicle. I remember
what's
that
inside
works.
here?
You should be able to go into all the buildings. As I recall, the doors were made phantom.
Yeah.
God damn it! I was muted the whole time.
Oh no!
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea about any rocks or anything like that. But so FCHS also they made this whole thing here.
FCHS is the name of my school, Franklin County High
Yeah,
School.
yeah, the
Very
club.
nice.
Yeah, the
Or
club
is
was
this just a
part of the
freak out?
school.
Because I feel like I've seen the space thing before, but I don't know where.
Well, it's kind of like the 3D Web Worlds thing you got going, Dave.
Yeah, that's
The
it.
lunar landing thing.
Yeah, what happened was I started with this, and then whenever all the kids got Chromebooks, guess what? We went to 3D
yeah.
Web Worlds because 3D Web Worlds supports
okay.
that.
Okay, so how do I make the truck
Okay.
drive?
Yeah, so I'm like, are you
Oh,
in
I'm in it. Bye. See you.
I'm
There
gonna
you
join
go.
you. Oh, no. I was trying to get in.
I'm gonna drive it off the cliff. I'm gonna drive it off the cliff.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna jump on board.
I think it's only one at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Uh-oh.
And
I don't know how to
I
stop.
recall the vehicles weren't doing syncing with the network, so
I can't stop. Oh my god, I can't stop. Oh
isn't
no,
there a
what's
stand
gonna
button or something?
happen?
Yeah, don't jump off the cliff.
Oh, I drove it off the cliff. Yeah. No, it won't let me drive it off the cliff.
Jeez.
You're free
Uh-oh.
falling, Bethany? Uh-oh, I'm gonna peek over the edge.
Uh-oh, I'm stuck. Yeah, this truck is stuck on the...
Oh.
I think I
Oh,
crashed
yeah.
the truck, guys.
Hmm.
You might have to log back in.
Hmm.
See, Val, are you in the truck?
No, I ran back to the living area just to check it out.
Okay, it's not letting me...
It wouldn't let me in. It would only let one person in, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, well, I totally messed up. I actually crashed it and I can't get it to come backwards. So I kind of ruined this for everybody.
Well,
Oh,
you can always come back and do it on your own and try the truck.
yeah.
Dude,
If
but-
all else fails, log out and
Do you guys
log back in.
do you see the truck is like stuck halfway on and halfway off this?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, there's another truck. There's another one. I see another one.
Somebody took
Yeah,
off in the
somebody
Jeep.
rezzed the truck.
Was
the
that
Jeep.
Val?
No?
Is
Didn't
there, is
rev
there
the
a button
truck.
at the bottom of your screen, Marie, that says anything like exit vehicle or?
No, I did. I exited the vehicle, but when I cannot move the vehicle from being stuck on the edge.
No.
Who would have thought anybody would drive it off the cliff?
Oh, there comes a cool
Believe
vehicle.
me,
Who's
I
that?
try everything. There's a gun. I'm going to shoot you.
Land Rover.
That's me.
Can you push the truck? Can you push the truck off?
I'm going to try. This one has a menu where I can destroy the truck if I mean, this is a 4x4. Okay, look out, guys.
No, you just drove through it.
Oh, you went right through it. You went
Yeah.
right through it. Cool.
Maybe it ran into it, but that's okay.
I saw him go drive through it.
Here I go again. I'll try it again.
Yeah, from here it looked like he just drives right through. Uh-oh.
Uh,
Over the edge, though.
oh, I just teleported George on top of me. George, be careful. Walk away from the edge, man.
Whoa! I sat down in the truck. Okay, I'm sitting by you, Sidearm.
It
I
disappeared.
saw the chair.
Truck disappeared. Oh, there you
Clicked
go.
on it.
Now you're driving it.
Okay.
Well, it looks like
Alright.
it.
The wheel is stuck in the ground.
Can you drive it? Who's inside? Anybody?
Hey, George, you
Oh,
should be.
I am.
George.
Hmm?
Oh, Val's sitting with my car with me. Yay!
Yeah, I got inside.
I'm driving it backwards.
Good
The
job.
truck.
Let's run into people. I mean, let's have a race. Let's see. There's Pat. Pat would.
Okay, I got the truck out and back on wheels, sort of.
And there's a spacesuit there. Who's that spacesuit? Isn't that's Day, isn't it? Yeah, that's
Trying to make sure that we don't do anything like drive the truck off the.
Val. Can you see a rear view mirror in your user interface? I don't know what the passenger can see. At the
No,
top
I
of your
just see. I'm just looking forward. Let me see at the top of my
Just look at the
screen.
top.
No rear view mirror, as far as I can tell.
This is by a guy named Karsten, who also is a Second Life developer.
Okay, now somebody is flying.
Hello,
How are you
Carson.
flying?
Page up.
Oh, you're right. Yep, you're right. You don't. You can fly over the cliff and you don't have to worry about. Oh, nice. Nice.
I'm going to see if we can drive through the lab, Val.
Okay.
Sometimes when I'm flying, I do a like loop-de-loop.
Karsten actually has a whole island for racing, and he has an air. Oh, look, we can drive through it.
Oh, look, we're right inside the thing. That's cool.
And it also has brake lights. Can you see the brake lights come on, Val? When
Yeah, I see the brake lights.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Which building are you guys in?
we are in one of the labs. All the labs look alike. It's a first one-story lab.
Oh. Oh, I see you.
Like that
Yeah.
dune buggy after this.
What happens if you run over an avatar?
I don't. Well, stand there and let's find out. Okay, I may bounce. Oof.
You're just pushing me back.
Well, that answered that one, didn't it? I swear. But now, can I go this way? Oh, there's a glass window on this side, Val. I can't go in here. But the back was open. There's Val. Okay. Oh, okay.
Oops, don't hit Bethany.
Page
Is-
down. Or
Is Pat
R.
here?
I'm here. I'm here.
You're on the edge?
Oh, no. Yeah, I was looking at the edge and then I got carried away with something on my text message.
Oh, now I see you. Now I
Yeah.
see you.
What can I say?
How can we-
Multitasking is not good.
How can we get a picture of all of us together?
Yeah, we need to do that.
Where are we
I
going?
need a picture somewhere.
Wait a minute,
I
hold on.
even
I
changed
don't know
my
where I am.
outfit while we were waiting.
How
I
about
was
around?
cold. Put on a long sleeve shirt and shoes instead of my sandals.
That's good. Yeah, it's that time of year. I mean, we're in fall already, right?
I know. I didn't think. Well, somebody's got no shirt on. It's
Yeah,
even worse.
I need to wear a
George
shirt.
Ninja. Okay, I'm gonna try to get over here where we can all get
Yeah,
together at
fly
some
my ass
point
shut
for our
outfit again.
photo.
Okay, let me see. Okay.
Where are
Oh,
you guys, anyways?
we're by the central astronaut with the
Actually, I could just teleport, huh?
yeah, the blue explanation point exclamation.
Exclamation.
Explanation. That's good.
Um, George, are you teleporting us to you, or are we teleporting
I'm
to?
teleporting to someone.
Oh yeah, approve. Here you go.
Yeah, everybody hold C. If you hold
Hold C
C,
down.
Yeah.
Crouching tigers. Woo! Crouching.
Wait,
Okay,
but we have to get together.
together and space
you
and
can walk while you crouch. You can walk while
there you
you
go.
crouch.
Everybody crouch.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm trying to get the.
Wait,
Crouch.
Bruce is trying to get into.
Snapshot.
Bruce, you're behind the astronaut. Just try to walk forward a little bit. There you go. A little bit more. A little bit. There's Bruce.
Crawl that
Okay.
way.
All right, everybody's crouching.
Okay.
I got one picture
All right.
with everybody crouching,
Oh no.
except me. I'm the one not crouching, and I know why, because I'm trying to take the picture.
And you hold C down while you press print screen.
Well, so the problem is if I. There we go.
Yeah.
Nope. Because as soon as I get away from the. How do you hit print screen?
On mine, it's function print screen, but most
Oops.
computers have a dedicated print screen button, like up near home or the top right.
Because I was using snippet, but
Oh, you're using snippet.
the problem is when I get out of
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Sinespace, I stand up. Okay, so what did you say? F?
Do you
What
see
do you
a
think
print
it
screen?
is?
PRT
I
SC.
maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, how about is it a function or a shift?
It depends on your computer. On mine, it's function. If you look across the top rows and see if any of the buttons have a PRT SC, either main or underneath it.
My
No,
Mac doesn't.
I just have print
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah,
But
that's it.
it doesn't. I don't think it does anything.
Well, it depends on it. It puts it to your clipboard usually.
Okay. Well, I can look on my clipboard and see if it's there. But anyway, I got at least one with everybody crouching
Right.
except me and George.
Okay. Well, now you'll be like Mom, Pa Kettle.
All right. So anybody else have any questions about the sim or whatever? Because I'm gonna head out.
How's retired life? Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying
I
yourself?
am. It's wonderful. I love. I'm volunteering at a museum here in Virginia about once a day, once a week. And I did field work yesterday around Virginia doing geology. So it's given me an opportunity to do all the stuff I didn't get a chance to do when I was working.
Getting back to your roots there, Dave.
And it's wonderful. Having so much fun. More time. Excuse me? I am 20 miles south of Roanoke. No, everybody thinks when I say Virginia, they think of the Golden Crescent, I-95 corridor, and I'm on the other side of the state. Arlington or Newport News. Georgetown. Yeah, love Arlington. Yeah, nice place. Yeah.
Yeah, I see Roanoke is in the middle left of the state of Virginia. You're kind of where it almost points to the left.
Yeah. I like what I do is when I'm going to work in DC, like at the Smithsonian, I drive to the Arlington area, stay at the Comfort Inn, stay in a hotel there overnight, and then just leave my car there and Uber in. It's so easy. I don't do it often, but I love that. And this way I don't have to mess with the transportation, DC, the traffic. I just go in for a day, come out, drive home. Yeah, if you haven't been to the Deep Time exhibit, I don't know if they've opened up again. It is awesome. It's a $12 million Deep Time. It's the latest exhibit at the Smithsonian, and it highlights the five major extinction events. And I went with the curator from the Virginia Museum, had lunch with him, and then worked in the collections in the afternoon. This was all pre-COVID. I got it just at the right time after they had set up the exhibit, but before COVID hit, shut everything down. So I think it should be opening up. I don't know if it is, but when it does, it's worth going. Yeah, thank you all
Yeah,
for
and
coming
if
and
anybody
doing the
wants to
tour.
fill out the field notes this time, I'm putting it in general. Just because when we do this, it's hard for us to remember if we've been a lot of times what we think, if it's improved, that kind of thing. So I'll put the
Well, I have to say, I feel like we can do more things. Like I didn't like flying and running is seems like it like is better because it used to be that if you clicked somewhere on the ground, you would automatically run, but that changed.
Yeah, that they updated the viewer and they kind of tweaked some of the defaults. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a little better, and I also feel like the graphics are pretty good.
Yeah, I mean
it's
the
pretty easy to navigate.
Is
I
your
mean that was
computer
the amazing thing
still
with the
running hot,
interviews.
Marie? Before I'll shut up today in a second. Is your computer still running hot, Marie? Over today.
My computer is very hot, but I have it like if I close the lid, it gets even hotter. So I have the lid open even though I've got an external monitor.
Oh, okay.
And I have a fan underneath, like one of those fans that's run by USB.
Yeah,
I,
mine's pretty is warm too. But
Suddenly there's echo in here.
somebody just put a
I
mic
was
on.
I was going to say something about the graphics. One of the things that's nice for those who aren't familiar, there's something called an asset store where you can get free assets.
Yeah.
None of the graphics you see here were designed by the student. What they did was we got a sci-fi package and they brought that into Unity, and then from there they just dropped them into the ground and created the
Okay, yeah. So
scenery
this
as a
came from
skybox.
prefabs.
So it's really amazing what students can create these days without being an expert on Blender or 3ds Max. But it still takes some thought. In fact, the focus that I told the students, I don't really want you to become an expert on 3D modeling. What I want you to do is figure out how would you lay out the buildings if you were actually going to
Yep.
design a colony on Europa. Did you notice there are labels on each building? I told the students what's going on in each building. Is it support for research? Is it support for just living on the surface of Europa? And they had to figure all that out. And I even said, what moon or planet did you want to do? We've done Mars a number of times. So there's a lot that students can do online.
that's how I teach my class. I don't expect my students to be 3D modelers at all. I expect them to be able to find the models they need but they don't necessarily have to build them. So I tell them, you can get them here, here, and here. But the most important part is the design. Before you
Right.
actually start putting stuff down, you need to design it first and know where you're going to put stuff.
Yeah, 3D building is a whole separate curriculum on its own.
Yeah.
You could do
Yeah.
a whole class on Blender or Max, but I played with that. It's a lot of fun. UV mapping and
Yeah.
so on.
Takes a lot of
People that-
time. Takes a lot of time.
People that are good at that, they can make some serious bucks off of it. I know even Marie said she made a fortune on texturing a box. And I said, "You're kidding." She said, "No." So that was the number one item. She charged $1 for her box, and people bought it because it looked nice. Yeah, yeah, it was a nice textured box. I don't know where she sold it, but she told me that story.
So can I add something? So VRChat actually has a bunch of not VRChat themselves, like creators have also made prefabs. So in addition to the Unity Asset Store, you can also get stuff from like Gumroad and stuff, where they have like they literally have whole houses you can just like download and import it to like any VR or any platform that accepts FBX files.
What platform is this?
Well, I'm talking specifically for VRChat since that's where I hang the most. But I'm sure you could do the same thing for Sinespace.
So can you get stuff in VR chat and export it to something else and convert it and bring it into something else?
Kind of. If it's like being sold on a place called Gumroad or something like that, you could do it, and you can get the models. But if it's already in VRChat, you have to have the original files. Of course, you can't.
Right.
I mean, there are people have ripped before, but that's kind of illegal. So
just a little.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of platforms. There's Turbo Squid. There's a lot of them where you can buy assets. What you got to be careful about is not sharing the original assets. So if I paid $20 for all these sci-fi stuff, I can't just I can, but it's illegal for me to just transfer those files to you. You're welcome to run around here and enjoy them on the sim. That's fine, but to give you the original assets is a problem.
Yeah.
Hey, Marie and Bethany, I'm pretty sure you're doing this, but we were kicking it around at the office meetings again this month that the IP, you have a session of your classes or a whole core semester on IP issues related to mesh and models. And
yeah, that's a huge problem.
If you create them and sell them, what kind of licensing are you going to offer? And if you're using them, what kind of licensing is the person you're getting them from offering? And if you're going to use somebody's work and put it together and resell it, then it's especially important. And apparently there has been a trend lately for assets in whatever store to be triggering some licensing questions.
Yeah. So you're looking for a like a short course on all of that, so that people are aware, and rather than doing it by chance, by illegally giving people stuff they're not supposed to.
I would think of it more as an awareness raising class with a couple real nitty gritty examples, because I don't think any platform and or asset hub have got necessarily consistent and understandable policies. But what's going to happen is people like Sine Wave Entertainment are ultra conservative. Somebody tried to upload the space shuttle last year, and because they had the NASA logo on it, the Shanghai Communist Control Bureau, the Shanghai Review Bureau said that's a violation of copyright. And they had to go, the developer had to go find the NASA copyright page. And it turns out, yes, the public has a right to use NASA as long as they ask, and you don't have to pay for it. The Sine Wave Entertainment is like the extreme opposite of Second Life. It won't approve anything. You can't get a Coke can online. You can't get any commercial brand on there. And that means if a developer is trying to upload a mesh model and turn it into something sellable in Sinespace, and Sinespace says whoa, that asset store is not following the legal limits. We're not going to let you do it.
So, and I can see a real problem as librarians,
yes,
trying to do books, right?
I'm not following you there.
So like if you look at like the libraries in Second Life and Kitely, for example, you'll find you'll see that they advertise books, right? And where do those images come from? You could take a picture with your camera, or you could download it from Amazon, right? Is that legal?
Yeah, this overlaps, by the way, with music, which I was more plugged into with Double and Second Life. And what we realized for all the artists in Second Life that play cover songs of, the original music that's probably licensed by BMI or ACAP, when BMI and ACAP looked into it and realized that Second Life musicians were making dollars and dollars and dollars a month of playing songs, they said, there's no real money there. That's where there's money. That's where the IP
Right.
sharks are going to come.
Yeah.
All I'm suggesting is just awareness raising so that those that want to make a career in it, selling it or reselling it, know you should look into it. Do your due diligence.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, you'll notice the astronaut does not have a NASA logo on it. It's got my logo, EVW, on the back. I went through with that astronaut and had to redo the UV mapping to make sure NASA was not on there. I dealt with NASA lawyers. I don't want to ever go through that again in my life. As much as they love the NASA logo and, here, slap it on your backpack and so on. Any commercial project, NASA is ruthless. I learned that back in 2009. Second Life is atrocious. I know people that have created Second Life were making a lot of money. Like you talked about the guy that came up with Greedy. What's his name? Sidearm. Karsten Rutledge.
No,
He told me
yeah.
he made a lot of money on Greedy, and then there was those cheap knockoffs that people were selling, and it hurt him. I know people that design clothes on Second Life, and they've been ripped off too.
By the way, true story, Carson with a K you're talking about.
Yeah, I know the guy.
His wife runs the shop for him in Second Life. Carson with a K is Joshua, who is the lead technical developer for Signwave Entertainment in the East Coast.
Yeah, no surprise.
And he has Greedy in Sinespace as well, the Greedy game.
Nice.
Okay, guys. Well, we're over time.
Thank you all for coming.
Super fun. See you next month.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll be on time.
Wonderful.
Good night.
I'm gonna finish a quest.
Have a good one.
I'm gonna finish a quest.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.